the global demand for this resource, which is significant today and going to be much more significant in the months and years ahead. And to have a third of the relative to the global reserves, to have a third of that resource present right here in Saskatchewan, that's a significant discussion. It's not just the products that we are producing that are significant, but it's how we are producing those products that are significant. And I think it's a real opportunity for, as I say, the community and surrounding area of Tisdale, but also our province, our nation, and for the world to be able to access a product like this from a secure and reliable, ethical and sustainable trading partner. And there aren't very many countries that meet all of those criteria today.
At present, only a limited number of countries are able to fully meet the stringent requirements associated with the supply of strategic minerals. Against this backdrop, on January 29, 2026, Canadian Energy Metals Corporation released the results of a preliminary economic assessment, confirming the discovery of what may be one of the largest alumina deposits ever recorded worldwide, located in the province of Saskatchewan. According to the announcement, the Thor project contains approximately 6.8 billion tons of alumina within a total of 49.5 billion tons of ore, situated near the town of Tisdale in east-central Saskatchewan. This endowment is equivalent to nearly one-third of the world's known alumina resources, concentrated within an area of roughly 600 square kilometers. Christopher Hopkins, President and Chief Executive Officer of Canadian Energy Metals, described the discovery as a potentially decisive turning point for the entire North American aluminium supply chain. The discovery marks Canada's first large-scale domestic alumina deposit and reflects a profound shift in the global map of critical minerals. The broader Thor project area spans approximately 2,557 square kilometers around the Tisdale region. Hopkins highlighted the unusually high concentration of resources, noting that the core of the deposit is confined to an area of roughly 16 miles by 16 miles, comparable in size to a major urban area such as Edmonton. In total, the deposit contains nearly 50 billion tons of critical minerals, including approximately 7 billion tons of alumina, along with scandium and vanadium, key inputs for the production of advanced high-performance alloys. Unlike traditional alumina sources, which are derived from bauxite, the Tisdale mineralization consists of polymetallic black shale. The preliminary economic assessment indicates that most of the defined resources are located at depths of between 20 and 50 meters below surface at drilled locations, although the mineralized bodies tend to occur at greater depths toward the western and southern portions of the project area. Initial exploratory drilling began in May 2022. According to Hopkins, aluminium is an indispensable material across virtually every sector, from transportation and electricity transmission to energy storage. While the majority of the world's aluminium supply currently originates in China, that supply chain is increasingly viewed as unstable, making discoveries such as the one in Saskatchewan strategically significant for both Canada and North America as a whole. At present, Canada accounts for only about 3 to 4% of total global aluminium consumption, and is therefore not considered a major producer in the broader industry landscape. However, the preliminary economic assessment, conducted by two leading engineering firms, highlights the project's exceptionally strong financial potential. Based on the analysis, the after-tax internal rate of return is estimated at approximately 72%, while the net present value of projected cash flows is estimated at $72.3 billion, using a 10% after-tax discount rate. Hopkins stated that the scale of cash flow the project could generate is exceptionally large, with net present value over a 25-year period potentially approaching $70 billion. The economic assumptions used in the model include initial capital expenditures of approximately $6.3 billion, annual operating costs of around $1.6 billion, and assumed prices of $5,000 per ton for chemical-grade alumina and $25,000 per ton for high-purity alumina. The financial scenario is based on an open-pit mining and processing model, with average annual ore production of 16.5 million tons, sufficient to produce approximately 1.8 million tons of alumina per year over a projected mine life of 25 years. According to Hopkins, the volume of mineralization in the ground is so extensive that it could sustain mining operations for more than 2,000 years if production were maintained at a steady rate of roughly 50,000 tons per day. Saskatchewan Premier Scott Moe described the discovery at the Thor project as an ideal convergence of the province's pro-investment mining policies and its rare geological advantages. The provincial government expressed enthusiasm about the prospect of establishing a new alumina industry within Saskatchewan at a time when local communities are eager to welcome additional jobs and investment capital from around the world. Moe suggested that the project could ultimately achieve a scale comparable to the province's potash industry or other cornerstone mineral sectors, while positioning aluminium as one of Saskatchewan's major export commodities. Under current scenarios, if the Thor project is fully developed and successfully commercialized, it could lay the foundation for an entirely new processing and value-added industry, not only for Saskatchewan but for North America as a whole. The construction and operational phases are expected to generate a significant number of high-paying jobs, contribute substantial tax revenues and royalty payments, and drive regional economic growth for decades to come. Tisdale Mayor Mike Hill noted that the Thor project has placed the region at the center of Canada's alumina and critical mineral supply chain. He emphasized that the impact of the discovery is likely to be welcomed by the community, where agriculture remains a foundational pillar, but where there is also readiness to expand into new development opportunities. According to Hill, this represents Canada's first large-scale domestic alumina resource, with significance not only at the national level, but also on a global scale. Viewed through a geopolitical lens, the Thor project carries implications far beyond those of a conventional mining operation. The project has the potential to position Canada as a stable and secure source of alumina in North America, providing a long-term alternative to imported bauxite while strengthening critical mineral supply chains. Its location in Saskatchewan, near the geographic center of North America, further enhances its strategic value, as the region has long been regarded as one of the most favorable mining jurisdictions in the world. Local infrastructure is already well developed, including electricity supply, road transportation networks, and a full range of supporting services. CN and CPKC rail lines run directly through the project lands, alongside existing natural gas pipelines and electricity transmission corridors. Near the town of Nipawin, there are also 2 hydroelectric dams with a combined generating capacity of up to 544 megawatts. Hopkins noted that the existing rail infrastructure is fully capable of transporting very large volumes of material to markets across North America and beyond, while also providing flexible access to both coastlines. Canadian Energy Metals reported that the company has successfully produced 3N chemical-grade alumina and 4N high-purity alumina, and is currently recovering ultra-high-purity alumina with purity levels reaching 99.991%. Metallurgical testing and additional process development are ongoing, with a particular focus on metallurgical-grade alumina as well as scandium and vanadium. Both Hopkins and Moe emphasized that the discovery offers significant environmental advantages. Process technologies developed in collaboration with the engineering firm Hatch demonstrate clear advantages in both cost and environmental impact compared with conventional alumina production from bauxite. According to Hopkins, the objective is to produce the most environmentally friendly aluminium in the world, designed around low-carbon principles and a strong environmental, social, and governance (ESG) framework. With Canada using hydroelectric power to smelt alumina into aluminium, the final product can genuinely be considered a green metal. The metals targeted by the project are essential to Canada's long-term development in aerospace, defense, and sustainable energy. As the global economy transitions away from hydrocarbons toward electrification, alumina is increasingly viewed as one of the most sought-after minerals. Rising performance requirements demand lightweight materials, and aluminium, owing to its low weight, has become the preferred choice worldwide. Canadian Energy Metals has acquired several buildings in Tisdale and lands, which are expected to be used to house a pilot plant. The year 2026 will be devoted primarily to continued resource evaluation. Hopkins stated that the company does not intend to independently develop a large-scale mining and processing complex, as such an undertaking would exceed its current capabilities, and that it anticipates a larger mining company will ultimately take on responsibility for developing the project in the future. The company is also acutely aware of the importance of working closely with local Indigenous communities to integrate their perspectives and interests into development planning, including discussions related to equity. Canadian Energy Metals has engaged regularly with community leaders to gain a deeper understanding of the local economy, while jointly developing plans for job creation and workforce retention as the project advances. The company was founded in 2021 with a mandate to focus on exploration across acquired mineral lands in east-central Saskatchewan. Canadian Energy Metals is a privately held company that holds a 100% unencumbered interest in the Thor project. Nevertheless, significant questions remain regarding the project's development timeline and its economic viability. The current preliminary economic assessment, PEA, is intended solely as an initial directional evaluation and includes inferred mineral resources, which are considered to carry a high degree of geological uncertainty and cannot be fully applied to economic considerations used to classify mineral reserves. There is no certainty that the results outlined in the preliminary economic assessment will be realized. Until mineral deposits are actually mined and processed, these resources should be regarded only as estimates. Mineral resource estimates themselves do not constitute economically proven mineral reserves. The company continues to evaluate alternative development scenarios, sensitivity factors, and risks associated with the proposed project. Objective